All right. Main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Yo, man, I hope I ain't had y'all waiting too long out there. You know what I'm saying? Just had to heat my coffee back up, man. You know, I will never get down with the concept of drinking the iced coffee. I'm trying my best to I can drink it every now and again, coffee that's kind of chilled out. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just traditional. Maybe I'm just stuck in my ways, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just used to hot coffee, bro. You dig? When I wake up in the morning, if I get me a good cup of coffee, it's just got to be hot. I don't care if it's hot outside. And people be saying, man, you be tripping, bro. Like, I don't care if it's hot outside. I still need to get me a cup of hot coffee, man. It's so bad. I had to take a couple minutes to heat this coffee up, man, so we can get up on here and talk, man. You dig. What's up, good people? Who I got up in here with me? I got Lewis Coleman in the building. What's up, famo? Chin Smoke in the building. What's up, homie? William Smith, what's going on? Northern Ireland representing all day. Shout out to Northern Ireland. Yeah, man. Oh, man, appreciate you rocking with me, man. I don't even know what the time zone is over there, but hey, I appreciate you rocking with me, though. You dig? I'll be in front of y'all in just a second, man. But y'all see the topic of what I'm trying to discuss this morning, Joe. And by the way, man, I got a fresh cup of hazelnut right here, Joe. All black, no cream, just a little bit of sugar. It's flavored enough for me, man. Everybody always got had cream in their coffee, man, but not me, shit. I drink it black, man, and be good with that one good cup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but UGC Boxing in the building. What's up, famo Black? What's up with you, man? What's good? Yeah, man. So, look, man, we want to talk about this Dillian Whyte deal, man. And this Dillian Whyte situation. I hope the audio was cool out there because I didn't even test it, but we're going to keep pushing. But this Dillian Whyte situation, what's up with it, man? Dillian Whyte now is being said by the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, that now Dillian Whyte is not suspended. Coming out telling everybody, no, hold up, man. We didn't suspend Dillian Whyte. We just suspended him being the interim champion and the mandatory. That's what we suspended him for. DGO, what's up with you? Hey, man, like, they coming out talking about, yeah, we didn't suspend his ranking. He's still going to be number one. But he just not going to be for at least temporarily right now based upon when his B sample come back. Oh, we just suspended his interim championship in his mandatory position. That don't make sense to me. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think this is a vicious trap for Dillian Whyte. And I'm going to get into that. I see what the WBC is doing. And trust and believe, if people think that this is something good for Dillian Whyte, I think I beg to differ a little bit. Look at it like this. Like I said, I don't recall many situations where the B sample comes back clean and the A sample is dirty. Basically, Mauricio Suleiman is saying that Dillian Whyte's positioning of being reinstated as the mandatory or the interim champion is based upon his B sample. And we're going to get into the quotes. But this is what he's saying. And if Dillian Whyte's B sample come back dirty, does he get the interim spot and the mandatory spot back? That's the coding question. That's what you got to look through right there. It ain't about, this is a trap, bro. Because I'm telling you, I don't care how long they try to bury it. I don't care how long I know that the certain rules, I remember initially reading it, and they was like they can have this thing drag out at least up to a year. But my deal is, it doesn't matter. As long as they keep withholding the B sample, and they don't come out publicly with it or whatever, or let them know what it is. This is the situation. And then if it comes back dirty, regardless if UCAD finds them clean, this is what the WBC is saying. Regardless if they find y'all do your investigation or whatever the case may be, and y'all say, hey, it's cool. If that B sample comes back dirty, the WBC is saying that today, that they not going to reinstate him. Man, that could change. The WBC move the goalposts all the time because when they initially said that he was suspended, they ain't mentioned nothing about, it was just the interim or the mandatory. They said that Dillian Whyte was suspended, and everybody thought from the rankings. He'll still be number one. He's still number one right now. But it just has no interim title or no man. He's not in the mandatory position. And they're going to try to keep him there. They gonna keep him there. So he basically back to scratch. He basically back to square one. That B sample ain't coming back clean, bruh. That B sample ain't coming back clean. Let me get it for y'all, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. That B sample ain't coming back clean. Y'all, I got the shades on this morning. I had a fun Friday night. I ain't saying no more. You did, and it's bright in here, so whatever. You did. But the point I'm making is, damn, this is basically a trap for Dillian Whyte, and he don't even know it. I don't care what the situation. At the end of the day, the whole repercussions of this and what really matters is Dillian Whyte's positioning. It's not about nothing else. You know what I mean? Everybody can say, well, he got his license. He going to keep his license. He going to still fight. At the end of the day, the reason that Dillian Whyte is fighting for his life in this whole situation is basically because of his positioning. He wants to remain the mandatory. He wants to remain right there in line to face Deontay Wilder. 600 days. That's what y'all tell me. So if that's what he want, and they take that away from him, bruh, that's almost checkmate. You did. See what y'all talking about. See what y'all talking about. Oh, it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon out in Ireland? Damn, 4 o'clock. That's what it is. B sample, laughing your ass off. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's basically a trap. And I don't know what Dillian Whyte is going to tell UK. The thing is that let's go back. If you go back to Dillian Whyte's 2012 situation where he popped dirty, the fact is he told them that he took a supplement and they bought it. I mean, they didn't buy it. He got 2 years out of the ring for that? Oh, well, I took some supplement that had this chemical in it, unknowingly to me. I didn't know it was in there. You did. They ain't want to hear it. They shut him down. So I wonder what the excuse is now. Because if you listen to all of the stuff that's now factual, because there's a lot of infactual information out there, but if you listen to the factual talk, you'll see basically it's coming down to whatever excuse that Dillian Whyte gives to UK. Whatever he can produce to give to UK. This is why Eddie Hearn, who's protecting himself, saying, look, man, hey, I just did what UK told me to do. I kept it confidential. I didn't tell the Rivas camp. You know, I kept it to myself. And, yo, it is what it is. You know, they had the independent hearing in the middle of the night. Nobody was there. But, you know, they told him he was cleared to fight. So, look, I'm within the rules. I ain't do nothing wrong. Typical promoter. Typical promoter. You got to protect yourself first. I ain't mad at Eddie for that. I'd be the same way. I'd be like, look, man, I don't know nothing about it. I'm just, look, man, my man, he he did what he did. I was over here. Matter of fact, I was promoting another fight somewhere. I didn't even know nothing about this. What's going on? Somebody call me. Eddie's just like, yeah, I'm hiding behind the rules. Those terrible rules that UK got over there. Terrible rules, man. Yo, Ruiz is going to Saudi Arabia. Well, I ain't heard nothing about that yet. I ain't seen nothing on that. Right. Last I heard, he wasn't. I think, is he going to bend? We'll see, man. There's loopholes. I keep telling people that, man. We done went down that road in another vid. There's loopholes. There's many. The safety of the fighter, all of these things matter, you know what I'm saying, in contracts. If they can paint that picture, you know, come on. And plus the leverage with the belts. We got to be honest here, man. See, you can't expect Eddie Hearn to tell you the leverage that Ruiz has. You can't expect that. You got to expect Eddie Hearn to make it like Ruiz is locked into a contract and he can't move and he signed this and he did. He ain't going to sit there and tell you, well, yeah, there are things like if the safety of the fighter is not, you know, but they going to make it like, oh, he'll be well protected. Nothing to be happening to Andy Ruiz over here. They going to make it that way. They going to do everything they can to try to show everybody, look, we upholding our end of the deal. But Andy got leverage, man. We'll see. I don't know where it's going to land. At first, I thought maybe Eddie may have had him under good comp, but I don't know, bro. Like, in this part of the world, it changes things. Like, you can institute certain things into the contract. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, that's what Andy is saying, DGO. He's citing safety concerns. You know, he don't feel safe. You know what I mean? So, hey, look, I mean, hey, look, man. Look, I already told you my position on it, and I kept it a buck. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, this ain't nothing new in boxing. The thing is, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, when they had the Rumble in the Jungle, when they had the Thriller in Manilas, in George Foreman, when they had the Rumble in the Jungle, Thriller in Manila with Joe Frazier, dog, those were under brutal dictatorships. The offenses that were going on the earth by those leaders over there, and they still had those fights. You didn't see this type of reaction. But then again, like I said, social media wasn't around. We wasn't around back then. But shit, I mean, this ain't nothing new in boxing to be going to oppressive countries, staging big events, all for the money. I told y'all, Gaddafi is the one, Muammar Gaddafi provided the purses for forming in Ali. $5 million apiece. That came from Gaddafi. That's why I don't really stun on it as much. But that's what Andy Ruiz is saying. Andy Ruiz is saying, look, these are the reasons I ain't gonna go to Saudi Arabia. You can't, hey, that's him. But the fact is, man, with this Dillian Whyte situation, man, I think he walking into a trap with this. WBC know what they doing, bruh. They know what they doing. They know exactly what they doing, and they pinned it down to this B sample. Let's see if we can get into the quote real quick by Mauricio Suleiman, man, because I want to break this quote down. Give me 1 second. Set this up, man, because yeah, man, like it's cool, but hey, I think this shouldn't even be gone. If I had it my way, I told y'all, man, Dillian Whyte we wouldn't even be talking about Dillian Whyte right now, man. I'm sorry. Dirty is dirty, bruh. And I got many different reasons for that. But yeah, man, let's get into these quotes real quick because, yeah, man, Mauricio Suleiman, he did a slick thing, man. He did a real slick thing. We are complaining about the Saudis. Look at what happened here. Yeah. Champ Raw says typical negotiations. Nothing has changed. The fight will happen. I mean, at the end of the day, if they throw a big bag, people I understand, and I always tell fight fans about this. And I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all about something. This is me just talking about the fight game. Look, man, a lot of fans bang harder for the fighters than the fighters will bang for themselves. You throw a certain dollar figure in front of Ruiz, man, come on, Joe. Like, I'm going to keep it 100. We got to be honest about something. Ruiz did spend a lot of money. Hey, you don't know what situation. Man, look, you throw some money in front of Ruiz. Ruiz might be like, safety what? Saudi who? Man, let Eddie come to the table and say, I got 20 mil. 20 mil, man, make sure you in Saudi Arabia. Man, Ruiz going to be like, oh, man, I'm out there. I'm out there. And it's all negotiations. I agree with you with that. It's all Ruiz trying to get a better dollar figure. A lot of people stomp on principles that the fighters doesn't share. Oh, man, he doing it because he's an American. He doing it because, man, these are fighters. Bro, the fighters fight for money. You dig? If let them wave a certain dollar figure in front of Ruiz, he out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that he feeling like, look, man, there's too much money on the table. It's too much money on the table. You talking about some $9 million. You need to, that's what it all, we could dress it up how you want. We could talk the political lines of it and say, oh, safety, it doesn't. All it is at the end of the day, bro, it's just money, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't mad at Ruiz for that. You shouldn't be mad. If you was a fighter, you wouldn't be mad at Ruiz. You wouldn't be mad at yourself for doing that. You find out it's millions more on the table, and you get $9 million, and you the champ, and you got the belts. Come on, bruh. Come on. We gotta make this make sense. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, man. Hold on 1 second, man. My computer kind of glitched on me, so I lost the quotes that I wanted to. But at the end of it, y'all can look at the quotes yourself, man. It's a coffee live stream. We not doing all that this show. I was gonna do the typical we talking boxing style. Forget about it. Look, go look up the quotes yourself. At the end of the day, coffee this morning. It's early as hell. It's like just hitting 11 o'clock over here. It's Saturday. Who wakes up at this type of day on a Saturday? Do y'all wake up early on a Saturday? Shit, not me. That's the only day I probably, that and Sunday, I'm sorry. I wake up when the hell I want to. Nah, man. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think that Dillian Whyte is gonna come out unscathed in this situation. I think the WBC knows exactly what they did. You know what I mean? And we'll see. We'll see if Eddie gonna be able to maneuver him out of this situation. My thing is, what are the possibilities? Like, what happens if UCAD comes out and says, okay, we find no wrongdoing? You know what I mean? We find no wrongdoing whatsoever. We believe Dillian Whyte. He said, he drunk out of a cup that someone else just had used before him, and he didn't know about it, and he just dunked. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? They believe his story. Where does this put the WBC? Are they going to stick to their line of, is based upon the B sample. Are they going to stick to that line of thinking, or are they going to maneuver? Oh well, since UCAD said it's okay, then I guess we'll give him his interim and mandatory positioning back. Are they going to bend? Because that's not what they saying today. Are they going to bend? So that's the golden question, fight fan. That's the golden question. That's the golden question. Let's see here, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Dillian Whyte never tested positive bullshit. Yeah, he tested positive in the A sample. Like I told y'all before, I challenge somebody, and maybe it's you may can find one or two rare occasions here and there where the A sample is dirty and the B sample is clean. I mean, let me know where you see that at. You know what I mean? Let me know where you see that at. So I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I mean, and then Dillian Whyte is in a tough situation. So we'll see how this works out, man. Like I said before, I don't know where the WBC will actually fall if UCAD clears Dillian Whyte. I mean, they're talking this today. They moved the goalpost before. The original report, and it mentioned nothing about interim or mandatory champion. They said he was suspended, and now they're just basically trying to clean this up because I think legally they don't have much to stand on. You know what I mean? Legally they didn't catch him. It wasn't the WBC and their drug testing agencies that they use in VADA, far as through their clean boxing program, they didn't catch them. And not to mention, like Eddie Hearn explained, even the extensive testing by VADA, which they paid for, which Dillian Whyte paid for, they didn't catch him. But UCAD caught him. So it's on their grounds and on their terms. You know what I mean? According to their rules. Their confidentiality rules. They don't have to let the fighter know, the opposing fighter know those rules. So it's their rules. The WBC, they suspend Dillian Whyte, which I understand morally it makes sense. And if it happened under their protocols, of course, it legally would make sense. But it didn't. And so they're making to me, I think more so either A, they were offended somehow, some way because they were not informed right after this had happened. They wasn't informed right before the fight. No one told them until probably after the fight, whatever. They probably offended in that way. They probably saying, look, man, it just don't look right, so we're going to just put everything on pause, whatever. But legally, how much does it hold up when you didn't catch him? And that's the problem with the WBC. So when they suspended him, if you take him out of the rankings, you got to give a damn good reason. And Dillian Whyte, according to UCAD's rules, which are fucked up, but according to UCAD rules, he stayed within the margins. Far as he stayed within the margins of how he done things. Far as his adverse finding, far as him being a dirty fighter, without a doubt, far as him being dirty, that's UCAD's call. Which, the way things are looking, it's loophole central, man. Loophole central. And that's what the WBC, they got to look at it like now. Now it's interim and mandatory position because you didn't catch him. And I know Eddie Hearn had to be sitting back with lawyers and like, hold up. Like, why are you removing him if y'all didn't catch him? What's the purpose of you removing? Because based on his B sample ain't came back yet. We've been hiding it. We buried it. We hid it next to Elvis. You know what I mean? No one knows where it is. It's next to Jimmy Hoffa. You got to find it. It's in the city of Atlantis. No one knows where the B sample is. No one has seen the B sample. It's an invincible B sample. So how you going to make a decision like that when the B sample? And Dillian Whyte immediately when he got caught requested that his B sample be, looked at. And that can take up to a year if you look at the rules. So they're staying within the purview of things. You see what I'm saying? Loophole central. Loophole central. And the WBC is sitting over there like, yeah, you're right. Damn, we're going to get you. But they can take away his interim and mandatory position, especially if the Oscar Rivas fight and somehow, some way gets overturned to a no contest or something like that. Then the WBC will have the leverage then to say, well, you did never officially beat Oscar Rivas if it gets overturned. Now we can definitely take your interim and mandatory position because you never fought nobody for it. It's just so many ways that this shit can go, bro. You did. Dillian Whyte, he playing it smart. He's staying on the low. He back there just talking to them peoples behind closed doors. They trying to work it out. He coming up with a golden excuse that makes, look, this is happening. Boom, he putting it together right now. Like, he coming up with that golden excuse. And if he gets through this, I still want to know what happens, even if he gives them an excuse and the B sample comes back dirty, which I'm expecting, truth be told. But if it comes back dirty, what is he going to tell them then? Like, what is it? How they going to rule? They going to say, well, we believe you, even though the A and B, even though we waited on the B sample all of this time. We believe you. We believe that you drunk out of someone else's cup. We believe that you set your cup next to someone else's and you picked theirs up and by accident and dunked it because you was at the party and you had all the cameras around you and you was giving interviews. Yeah, we believe your story. It's not going to be a good look. And UCAS rules are now under an intense spotlight, man. Real talk. Real talk. Lala D in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you? But that's what it is. I mean, that's just basically the situation. And I think Dillian Whyte now, but the WBC has done what they can do. And they kept a grip on the situation because they realized in the end, it ain't all about all this crap. Like, even with his license situation is intact. You know what I mean? This is a UCAS situation. BBBFC going to base anything to do with Dillian Whyte's license, which haven't been suspended in the UK. They'll make a decision based off what UCAS say. Everybody basically is depending on this UCAS situation. And they have a panel that can make it disappear. They have a panel with the power to easily make it disappear. If they make it disappear, this is what I'm trying to understand. Like, and this is why I see they narrowing it all the way down to this one particular issue. The B sample and Dillian Whyte's excuse, period. Period. And that's what it needs. And he better have the golden excuse, which I don't know if he got. You know what I mean? I don't know what he got. It's just, to me, I don't know what you can tell him. Like, dog, like, even if you say it was trace amounts, like I told you, that argument holds no water because at the end of the day, you can't have none of this stuff, this D-ball stuff in your system. He had 2 metabolites of this shit in his system. You know what I mean? And you can't have trace amounts, small amounts, nothing. You did. You can't have none of this stuff. It don't matter. Dirty is dirty. And he can't use the same excuse that he used in his first time around about supplements because that ain't work. It got him a 2-year suspension. So what are you going to tell him? Of course, they're going to keep it confidential. You know, I know one of these boxing reporters or boxing websites, they are dying to get the scoop. They want to be that fly on the wall to say, yo, we want to know exactly the excuse that he gave him. What did he tell him? What did he tell him? He clipped up and he fell and he scraped his knee on some D-ball. Something like that. I don't know. What are you going to tell him, bruh? Denise Ward's in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you? Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Rise and grind early this morning, you know. Coffee live stream. Getting it in, you know, saying this morning with the fans. Yeah, man. So it's like I told y'all before, man. This situation right here is a big trap for Dillian Whyte in one way because the WBC doing what they can to keep a grip on the situation. Legally, can't remove you from the rankings, but we can take what you want, and that's that interim and mandatory position based on your B sample. That's what they telling them. Based on your B sample. Wow. Dillian Whyte, you done put yourself in a bad bind. Hold on one second. I need to bring these quotes up, man. I want to bring these quotes up before I get out of here to make the video complete. Because Dillian Whyte. Dillian. Hold on one second, man, because before we roll, we got to just get this on the record. Oh, man. I just got up not too long ago, fight fans. You did. Get this out the way, get the day started. It's a beautiful Saturday out here in the DMV, man. So, look like it's going to be a good barbecue day today. All right, here we go. Let's get this up and running, man, because let's see exactly what Mauricio Suleiman has said. It's crazy, man. And the crazy part is I ain't never seen, it's one thing that you don't let the fighters know that the fighter touched dirty. And not only that, you don't even let the sanctioning body know that's sanctioning the fight. You don't even let them know. This thing was kept so secretive, man. Like, that's what makes it so shady looking and it just look dirty. You know what I'm saying? Everything about it. Let's see what Mauricio Sulaiman of the WBC is saying about this whole situation, because this is what it all matters. All right. Let's say the WBC officially sanctioned the bout for the interim mandatory position. The fight took place a few days later, and it was reported that there was an adverse finding. It says that the WBC had no knowledge prior to the fight taking place. We have contacted the different parties of interest, which is the BBBFC, Dillian Whyte, and his representatives, and everything is led to go through UCAD. So it's all on UCAD's terms. All right, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. He goes on and says that the WBC suspended the situation regarding the interim championship and mandatory status of the division. Dillian Whyte was not suspended. Dillian Whyte has the right to go through a process which is regarding the adverse finding. And it says if the ruling comes out in that respect, and as far as his B sample now, because they wondering about the B sample. If the ruling comes out in that, it says, hold on, asked on whether Whyte would regain his position as mandatory to Wilder's crown if cleared of his findings in his B sample, Sulaiman says yes, if he is cleared. All depends on Whyte's B sample, of which information is yet to be released. Whyte, you know, there it is right there. It all depends on Whyte's B sample, of which information is yet to be released. We can stop it right there. That's it. So that's what it's dependent on. All on dependent on Dillian Whyte's B sample. And I think, like I said before, that is a hell of a trap set by Mauricio Sulaiman in the WBC, because pretty much I have yet to see a situation where the B sample comes back clear and the A sample is dirty, unless it's just like so much of a trace. I mean, come on, man. We all had analysis before, right? You all in there get a piss test, and y'all see them put them things in 2 tubes. I mean, it's like it's not really that much they taking for real, and then they divide it between 2 tubes. Dog, for that little amount, I mean, how is it gonna be one and some is in one and none is in the other, bruh? I mean, I don't know. But this situation is so shady, and I don't want to make conspiracy theories. Something may just happen to that. That B sample may just get some bleach in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just taking too long, and it's shady, but it's still within the rules of UCAD, and that's what makes it so crazy. You dig? So I'm gonna leave it right there. That should be everything that is to know about this situation, man. It's crazy, you know what I mean? But Dillian Whyte now, to me, has another wall to knock down, because the WBC is putting up defenses. And you can say if it's against for Deontay Wilder, you can say for whatever reason, but the defense of the situation now is based upon Dillian Whyte's B sample. Not whether or not UCAD clears them. Not whether or not UCAD say we see, because UCAD rules are flimsy. I'm sorry. Flimsy as drug testing rules. It ain't based on that. It's based on the B sample, according to the WBC. And the WBC are the ones with all the power. They're not trying to take Dillian Whyte's license. They're trying to take Dillian Whyte's position. They're trying to take Dillian Whyte, everything that he was allegedly 600 days for. They're trying to take that. And that's the thing that will sting the most, if Dillian Whyte does not get that interim or mandatory position and back. So let's see how it goes. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. Yo, man, I appreciate everybody that rocked with this morning live stream. It's early. I just wanted to get up and get this on the record, because I haven't talked about this yet. You know what I mean? And I kind of left this alone. I wanted it to play out, more facts to roll out. And now that I got a more clear understanding of what's going on, it all, like I said before, it all comes back down to exactly what happens with this B sample, which is the reason why it's taking so long, because they know the importance of it. So they got to lay down a foundation or excuse if this thing is dirty. You know what I mean? They got to get that out there. They got to lay that solid and then let that B sample come out. And they basically got up to a year to do it. So we'll see. I wonder, do they let them fight in the meantime, between time? That's the golden question. They did for Tyson Fury, but that we'll see. So to the next video, much love. Enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy y'all Saturday. I'll see y'all tomorrow night on We Talking Boxing right here. To the next one. Peace out.